Well, hello, 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 you two. Long time no see.
Hello. So
Right.
good to see you.
Nice to see you too. So, I want you to tell everybody, because I think you guys are kind of like an anomaly. How long have you guys been in SL as partners, as a married couple?
15 years.
Yep.
Wow. Wow.
15 years.
Wow.
Whew.
It's like 50 years in real life.
Yeah,
No, that's not even 50
50
years
in
in real life. It's
SL,
more
man.
than that. It's more than
Wow.
50 years in SL. I'm like, y'all.
It's a
Woo,
golden jubilee.
yeah.
15 years.
Yep.
Woo. So here's my question to both of you. And we'll start with Robin and then we'll let Ian answer. So, how did you know that Ian was the one?
Um, when I first met him, our first night together, we talked for like 4 hours, 5 hours straight. And he was the perfect age. And he has that gorgeous Aussie accent, and that's all it took. Yep.
Wow.
Wow. Okay. And Ian, what about you?
Um, I'd been in Second Life for a little while by this time I met Robin, and when I met her, it was sort of by accident, and we just hit it off straight away. We just couldn't stop talking. We started talking about real life and found all sorts of similarities, and we've just never been apart since that. And then the sign of a really good friendship is where you stand by your mate. That's an Australian thing, and through thick and thin. And Robin have done that. Robin and I have done that on numerous occasions over 15 years.
So walk me through some of those thick and thin moments that, really made you understand where that friendship and where that relationship kind of had that pivotal moment for you both.
You can go first, Rob.
I think it started with um, the death of my mother. Ian came to the US with his wife, and he was so supportive and wonderful. And then um, my daughter was graduating. Fast forward a few years, my daughter was graduating college, and there was nobody here to come celebrate. Everyone had passed, and he came here as a surprise to stand in as because he became like family, and he just, I mean, spent all that money and time, flew all the way from Australia, and he was here for my daughter's graduation. And I think that's when I knew for sure that there was no way I'd ever let go of this man, ever in a million years. Very devoted and loyal and loving, and I just love him.
Yeah,
And what about
just to fill you in on the first time I met Robin. We, pardon me, clearing my throat. First time I met Robin, um, we planned on staying with her for about a week. We ended up staying about 3 or 4 weeks, and we were on our return to Australia. We driven up to Virginia. I was accommodated just outside of Dulles Airport, and while I was with Robin, I had the pleasure of meeting her mother,
mhm.
and then it was a couple of weeks later. We were on our way, planning on it. Sorry, about to return to Australia. I was due to fly out that night from Dulles, and Robin rang me and told me what had happened. So I was very lucky to have met her mum. Um, um, Wonderful person, and as Robin said, I have flown over. Or I've actually flown to Robin's place or been over the States about 8 or 9 times. Um, I flew over for her daughter's graduation. Um, we've been through a few things since then. I had some issues here in Australia where um, I was having, my wife was having health problems, and Robin stuck by me and was very supportive. And that's what I mean. We've been good mates ever since.
So you bring up a good thing, which is where I really wanted to segue in because I don't think a lot of people realize that this 15-year partnership, you know, within SL,
Mm.
you guys are both real. You guys are happily married in real life.
We
So
Correct.
are.
how can you guys talk? Can you talk about that? Because I think that puts really another level to your relationship and how you manage to keep it as you do.
Okay, if I can go first on this one. Um, the As I said, the first time I met Robin was during a holiday. I travelled down from Virginia, down through the Carolinas, etc., and then back up through Tennessee. The next year, I made a snap decision, going to go to America on holidays again, and I'd already spoken to Robin about it. And my wife said, "Oh, no, we're going to stay with Robin again." And I said, "Yep." And she said, "Oh, okay, good." So it was just natural. The um, My wife and Robin's husband, they sit out on the lanai and they talk about everything under the stars, and they get along very well. Um, and we get along. We know Robin's daughter and son, so it's just like old friends getting together every 12 months or so. That's the way it's turned out.
But Rain, we made rules when we first met that can't be you can't cross over. Meaning, we both married, happily married, thank gosh, and there would be no crossing that line. So in other words, not going to leave my husband for him, and he's not going to leave his wife for me.
Mhm.
And we just became. It was by the grace of God because we just all became such good friends. But I knew we would. Like I never had a doubt. I just knew everything would be fine. And like their family, they call me out. There's no weirdness and nothing like that that some people think.
Mm.
And we're older, we're not babies. So
So what made you, because you guys are both happily married in real life, why would you step and go into a relationship within a virtual, community? What made you do that?
because I
Well,
fell in love. I
the
fell in love
second,
with his kindness, his compassion, his strength, and his friendship. And he's just the sweetest, most gentlest person that I've ever known. And he's just so supportive. I mean, Rain, you know what I've been through in my life, so he's always been there, and just he makes me laugh. I just love him so much. You're my baby.
look, Second Life is many, many different things to different people.
Right.
Okay, to Robert and I, Second Life um, is like seeing each other every day on Skype, except instead of just a face on a screen, we we live out a fantasy. We've got um, a nice home on a nice island, and it's just adding to the experience.
It's real to us. It's real. We're not pretending.
Hmm.
Right. And so you said something that really kind of intrigued me because again, I go back to, having people understand that you're happily married, but
Hmm.
in this relationship that you've built in SL, you
Hmm.
both say you kind of love each other. What is that love like? What does that look like? How does that feel? Because being married, there's a different type of married, when you're married, you have that type of love as being married. How do you guys translate that into SL?
It feels the same way.
Yeah. Look,
I have
the
two husbands. I do. I get bossed
Okay.
around times two.
Right?
It's true. They both tell me what to do all the time. And I absolutely love it. And they
hmm,
both are, because John knows, my husband knows Ian, and Ian knows John. And
Yeah.
so they both have the same viewpoints, and yeah, it's pretty funny.
Wow.
Yeah, it's adorable.
Out here in Australia, like Robin is a best mate of mine. Mates out in Australia is a pretty powerful thing, and I am so pleased to have met Robin. Um, we just click, we get along together. You could probably count on two hands and 2 feet, the toes and fingers on two hands and 2 feet, the number of times we haven't spoken on a daily basis.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
We even if I only get to see Robin for 5 minutes because she's got to go to work or something like that, um, it makes my day that I've at least said hello and we've had a bit of a laugh about something.
Right. So here's my question. I'm gonna ask this question. 15 years,
Hmm.
how do you keep it fresh? Like how do you keep it going after 15 years, on SL?
Um, on SL,
Mm-hmm.
it's because life changes. So does that second life. It's your
Right.
second life. So um, I don't know. You just it's
As I
love. It doesn't change. It
Right.
gets better. It
um,
gets deeper. It gets more mature. So
as I said, SL is simply a tool for
a
communication.
glass of wine
Mm-hmm.
sometimes doesn't hurt either.
Okay.
But look, um, we've enhanced the experience. As I said, um, we've got a lovely home. Actually, we've got two homes. Um, uh, but it just enhances the whole experience. It just adds another degree to our
Dimension.
friendship. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So let's go a little deeper then. So I know in 15 years there's been some ups and downs. So I
Yep.
guess what I'm saying is how do you get back on track? Like when you have those downs, what is the secret sauce to keep you guys like going after, so much
I'm,
time?
I'm going to
Oh.
go first. I'm going to go first on this one, Rob. Um, I went through a bad patch about 5 or 6 years ago, and I was going through a period with my wife. She was quite ill, and it was just it did so much for me in that I could um, come on and talk to Robin, and Robin would reassure me, and it just had so much of a personal impact on me and my health,
Mm-hmm.
and just knowing I had a friendly, considerate voice, friend thousands of miles away, I might add, but it felt like Robin was sitting there with me at the time.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. And for you, Robin?
He just oh God, I have been at my lowest that I ever have been in my life. And my husband in real life would say, "Go talk to Ian." And because he's just so supportive and compassionate, and
Mm-hmm.
loving. And I mean, I know it sounds really cliche, but it's the truth. That's the
Hmm.
type. He's an earth angel, this man. And we just didn't. If we get upset with each other. Trust me. We just let each other rant and rave, and then we're like, "All right, are you done? Because I still love you, so it's fine."
Right.
There's
Right.
the there it is
Right.
right
Right.
there. There it
Yeah,
Right.
is.
Right.
yeah.
It's
You feel better now, baby? Okay.
it was that's funny you should say that because it's like I look at it like when me and Rain was just talking about this the other day. It's just more, it's like a rubber band, right? You can stretch it in many different directions, but
Hmm.
as long as you
Hmm.
come back, that's
Yep.
the main piece, right? So no matter how far you stretch that rubber band, as long as it doesn't break, you guys are coming right back to the center
Correct.
ground of it, right? And so that's what's so key. I think like with a lot of different SL relationships, it's not I'm sure within those 15 years, even in the beginning, you guys set, like you said, you set rules, you have foundation, you guys got to know each other, before it even expanded into that. You know what I
Yep.
mean? Where some people, they just, oh, they look, I'm attracted to the way that person looks, or they're Abby, and it's not, they haven't even built the foundation. You
Right.
can't have something 15 years without having a foundation for it to stand on, right? So
I
yeah,
think,
I can
yeah,
totally
I think
understand
you're
that.
right. And I think the other interesting thing about SL is it's not physical
Hmm.
at first until you can with each other, whatever. It
Hmm.
was all emotional.
Hmm.
Um,
And
but
it's just,
marriage, you know what marriage is? Learning how to fall in love again and again and again and again and again and again.
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
just going back to one of the earlier questions you asked, and Robin just sort of prompted it then. When we first met, um, I don't know if it was the first day or the second day. Um, we actually exchanged photographs with each other of who we were.
Hmm.
We had Skype going fairly quickly after that. Um, and as Robin knows, I've still got it. I think in the first couple of days of having met Robin, I actually typed up a whole list of my SL biography and gave it to her so there was no hidden. Robin knew
He
everything from
did. It
day
was
one.
so cute. Oh my gosh. His whole Second Life history was adorable.
Because I just wanted to be, I thought, this is a wonderful person. I want to be perfectly open and honest with her. And I don't want any skeletons in the cupboard. I just told her everything of my history of SL, and there was no hidden secrets.
Hmm.
Well, you guys honestly probably are have relationship goals that I think only Bryson and I can hope to achieve, going forward. And so what I'd like to do is just as we wrap this up, I'd like for you guys to actually tell people, what you do in Second Life, because Robin and I have known each other. I'm not going to even say we've known each other a long time. Um,
Yes.
but I want you guys to tell them exactly what you do, the name of your company, and if they're interested, how they can contact you, and then we'll wrap this up.
We own a wedding venue, and it's called Costa Bella Weddings. And we have 3 honeymoon separate sims for honeymoons and vacations. And we also own a birthing center. It's a full sim, which we're getting ready to launch. Yay!
Yay.
Finally.
Yes.
I know. I can't wait. Um, and that's what we do because I'm a real life nurse and he's real life retired. So
He's living his best life right
he
now.
Right.
is. He
Right.
is. He is. So, yeah, that's what we do. And the birthing
Yeah,
Great.
center is called the Birthing Center. Took a
Okay.
lot of
Yay.
thought, huh?
I
So,
know, right? That's a good one. That's a good one. And so I'll probably be reaching out to you to cover that birthing center as we go through this and you start to launch that. But I just want everybody to know, pretty much Robin is a great friend of mine, and I couldn't have thought of anybody better to actually bring on this show because
oh,
I knew how long you and Ian had been together, and I just think it kind of sets a standard for not such negative relationships that people have had, and really kind of letting people know you can actually have that fantasy, but you have to work at having it, but you can
Right.
still have it. And so with that, I just want to wrap up and say thank you too for actually coming on our show and actually talking with us, and hopefully we'll see you again.